Hi everyone, this is Amy at KETOLISCIOUS Life. Welcome back to my kitchen. And today we are going to be making, for Thanksgiving, chaffle stuffing. So this is my take on chaffle stuffing, and we're using my white bread chaffle recipe to make this stuffing. So let's get started. So I've chopped up some onion and celery, and I'm going to cook this in my pan with some olive oil. So let's get that started. So I have about 2 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil and some garlic in my pan, and it got a little bit too brown, but I think it'll be okay. Like very caramelized. And we're just gonna saute this until it is softened, and we're gonna get started on making our chaffles. All right, I'm gonna be adding about 16 ounces, about 2 cups of chicken broth to my celery and onions. Okay, now we're gonna add our spices. So I'm going to add about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/2 of a teaspoon of ground thyme, 2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon, 1/2 of a teaspoon of turmeric. I'm going to add in just a sprinkling of some celery seed, a generous sprinkling of black pepper, and a couple pinches of pink Himalayan salt. So we're going to add in about 1/2 of a teaspoon of, this is crushed rosemary, and then I'm going to do 1/2 of a teaspoon, or about 3/4 of a teaspoon of sage. This is rubbed sage. Okay, I'm going to stir that in. Now you can taste this mixture and determine if you want to add more chicken bouillon, which I'm going to definitely be adding about 2 teaspoons more. I want a really nice, rich chicken flavor. And just adjust your salt and pepper here, and it should be good to go. All right, so we're going to be tripling our white bread chaffle recipe. I want about 8 to 10 pieces or chaffles for my white bread, and so we're going to go ahead and triple that recipe, and I'll show you. We picked up this waffle maker here, so this is a bigger size. It's going to make it a bigger size, and for what we're doing, I don't need them to be in a circle shape, so this will just help me get them made faster. So we're going to be using that. And then I also have my other 2 dashes, so if you have extra waffle makers, this is a good time to get them out and get your chaffles made quicker. So I don't know about you, but I am a Stouffer's out of the box stuffing girl. I absolutely grew up on that stuffing. My kids have always loved it. I've never really made homemade stuffing, so when I went to look up a recipe to make stuffing, of course, I wanted to do more of a copycat of Stouffer's chicken stuffing. And so I looked at the ingredients of the Stouffer's on the back of the box and kind of tried to recreate that, but in keto version with our chaffle white bread. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do my white bread chaffle recipe times 4. So that's how I'm going to do this recipe. I want to get at least 8 to 10 pieces, and then if I have any extras, I'll just put those in a baggie and save them for later. So I'm going to get all my mixture in here. I will link below the recipe for my white bread chaffle recipe as well in the description box. All right, so I'm going to start with 3/4 of a cup of egg whites. Okay, I'm going to be adding in 8 tablespoons of almond flour, and I will convert that to cups in my written recipe. We're going to be doing 4 tablespoons of soft cream cheese, 2 teaspoons of psyllium husk, about 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan salt, 4 teaspoons of mayonnaise, mayo, whichever kind you like, just a little pinch of sweetener. I just have some powdered monk fruit, and then 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. So we're going to add all of that in. And we're just going to start mixing this all together. All right, so here's what our big one's looking like. It looks perfect. We're going to go ahead and get that one out and on our cooling rack. This is really nice. Oh man, I love this waffle maker. We actually found this at Goodwill, believe it or not, so be sure to check your Goodwills. We found another mini dash as well, so they're just really, I am spraying this one with some oil spray just in case. I want to make sure that it doesn't stick, but I'm really happy with this one. And my batter is quite thick, so I'm just sort of spreading it around. And I have one over here. I think we'll get one more in the small, and then that'll probably be it for my batter. All right, so here's all of our chaffles on our cooling rack, and as you can see, the big chaffle, or the big waffle maker, cooked really nice. It did a great job. So I will put that in the description below in case you are interested in a larger version. Really nice. And we're going to let these dry out, and then we're going to move on to our next step. Alright guys, so I'm going to take some kitchen scissors and I'm just going to cut up my chaffles into bite-size cubes, pieces. It doesn't have to be perfect. Or you can just make these the night before and let them sit out all overnight. Look at the inside of that chaffle. Looks just like bread. I think letting your chaffles get a little more on the browner side is going to give your bread more of a substance to hold up as well. All right, I'm going to place this in the oven for about 15-20 minutes at 150 and let them get dried out. Alright guys, so here's our breadcrumbs. You can show over here. They're really nice. You can see they're nice and dried out. I did increase the heat to 300 and left it in there for about, 20 minutes, and that was perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put my mixture over here. I'm going to put this on low medium heat, and I'm just going to stir this in. Like traditional stofers, you make your you boil your water and then you add in all the breadcrumbs and the seasoning and all that. Well, we're kind of mimicking that. We're going to go ahead and add in all of our bread. All right, and now we're just going to stir this all together. And optional, if you wanted to, you could put this all in a casserole dish and then bake it in the oven if you wanted to. Otherwise, it's pretty much ready to go. You can serve gravy over it with your turkey, or however you like to eat your stuffing. Taste it. Oh my God, that's really good. Tastes really yummy.
And that really does. It tastes like real bread, like the texture.
Transferred this to a casserole dish, and I'm just going to cover this and stick it in the oven for about 30 minutes or so. You could make this the night before and cover it and then put it in the oven and have it ready to go. Alright guys, so I put my stuffing in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes, and here's what it looks like. Steaming hot. It's absolutely perfect. It's moist, just like a Stouffer's chicken stuffing, just like I remember, and it's absolutely delicious. So give this one a try. Let me know what you think. All right, so here's what the stuffing looks like. We're having actually chicken dinner. This is mashed cauli, and I'm gonna add some delicious gravy, because you gotta have gravy. Oh, my mouth's watering.
Dad, not a lot.
Gravy on everything, right? Gravy on everything. All right, so there's our chicken dinner with our chicken Stouffer style chaffle stuffing. Chicken chaffle Stouffer style stuffing. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you try it. Let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you in the next video.